Hello again, and welcome to the Corner Studio here in my garage. And I see from the high-tech teleprompter, which I always have here in front of me, it is indeed time for another episode of Friday Evening Camera Talk. This is episode 73, and our main topic tonight is the Z50ii versus the Z8. It's an unfair test, but you know, on the channel I like to do these. We've got my Z8 here on the one side, obviously the larger camera, and I got the Z50ii here in this hand, and I have the same lens on both cameras, the 24-120, and that's Nikon's quintessentially good all-purpose zoom lens, and it's also the lens that I happen to have two of, which makes the testing easier because I'm not having to take a lens off and on the cameras as I'm going through the different focal lengths. But I've got a clip which I'm going to drop before we start the test. It'll show you the setup where I have the two cameras on tripods at a nearly identical height, and they're not juxtaposed over the top of each other, so the scene that you see when we're testing is going to be slightly different for each camera, slightly different. And I've had to shoot at the back wall here because the weather, we've got rainy, cool temps out, overcast, and we've had a lot of that this winter. And it's to be expected, but it prevents me from going out in the field and getting some good tests outside. But we'll do this inside under controlled circumstances, and I plan to put the Z50ii through its paces more outside where I can do a little wildlife shooting with this and get a better idea of its full rounded capabilities. But what I want to mention is, while I'm testing these, I'll be speaking directly into the microphones, the onboard microphones on the camera. So what you hear is what the camera is producing with the Z8 and the Z50ii. So that's yet another way we're testing the differences in these cameras. But I shoot at 10-bit, 2160 at 60p, and both cameras are capable of it. That's where I like shooting. So here's what we'll do. We'll introduce the first part. We're gonna put the Z8 clips up, followed by the Z50ii clips, and I'm going to shoot the Z8 in DX mode, and then followed by the Z50ii clips. They'll be at the same focal length, and it should more or less look about the same as far as the framing. So let's have a look at those clips now. Here's the Z8 at 24mm in DX crop. Alright, this is the Z50ii at 24mm. Here's the Z8 at 35mm in DX crop. The Z50ii at 35mm. Here's the Z8 at 70mm in DX crop. Here's the Z50ii at 70. Here's the Z8 at 120mm in DX mode. Here's the Z50ii at 120mm. Alright, the next test that I want to do, I have taken the two cameras and we're just shooting them alongside each other, and I have adjusted, like if we're shooting the Z50ii at 24mm, then we'll be shooting the Z8 at about 36mm. And this part of the test is where the Z8 is going to clobber the Z50ii, but I just want you to see what the difference is between the cameras, and we're going to see how well the Z50ii stacks up. So let's take a look at those clips. And this is the Z8 at 36mm. Alright, this is the Z50ii at 24mm. Here's the Z8 at 52mm. the Z52 at 35 millimeters. Here's the Z8 at 105. Here's the Z52 at 70. All right, so we just saw those clips, and I'm eager to hear what people might have to say about this test in the comments. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. We sure do hope to see you again soon in another video, and I'll say till then, take care.